Shalom, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Bashmi Shai, Bashem Makakadash. As always, giving double honor to the apostles and elders of great millstone of the well, and lead the flock by example. And shalom to the elect, if I ain't said that. Okay, and pretty much, I wanted to go into a lesson today. Careful of Wicked J, careful of anyone, pretty much just anyone. Pretty much, man. You gotta be circumspect in this truth. But I had a little experience where it was nothing crazy, but pretty much I perceived that some Jake that were approaching me, they kind of wanted to, they were coming as if they were trying to do me a favor, but I felt like they were trying to maybe pull me into a trap, trying to draw me into a situation where, they could take advantage of. A group of them, and then pretty much, I just got out of there, nothing happened, but pretty much I meditated on the fact that, we got to be really careful how we conduct ourselves, man, because Satan's out here, and trying to really, take brothers out, man, so we got to be wise. What does the scripture say? Let me read it in Matthew 10, right, Matthew chapter 10, verse 16, it says, "Behold, I send you as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." We're not on that, we're not on carnal, going to war with people like carnally. No, we're not doing that, man. We're not carnal men, we're spiritual men. Okay, not like some groups out there, trying to gangbang and things like that. Which is pertinent of the time that I went through this, little experience. Like I said, nothing great, just a small thing that made me meditate on the scriptures. Okay, but we're as sheep amongst wolves, man. Okay, we're as wise as serpents and harmless as doves. A serpent is very wise. It's one of the highest levels of wisdom. A serpent, a dragon. You gotta want to be that, conduct yourself in a wise manner, man, and, whichever way you got to do it. I remember one time, I remember in the scriptures, King David was pretty much, he was around some enemies and he had to feign himself that he was mad. He was spitting on his beard and things like that, which is wisdom, He says, "Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." Okay, so, we're not here to be carnal, man, and start, going to war physically with everyone that is going to try and take advantage and come at us a certain way. We've got to keep it spiritual, man, and it reminded me of this scripture, okay, in Sirach, the 8th chapter. Okay, and pretty much it says, Sirach 8 and 16, it says, "Strive not with an angry man, and go not with him into a solitary place." And these guys are trying to draw me further deeper into this place, into this market. I don't know whether they wanted to put me in an alleyway, wherever the market was closing. Okay, it says, "Strive not with an angry man, and go not with him into a solitary place. For blood is as nothing in his sight, and where there is no help, he will overthrow thee." So, if you got this wicked Jake telling you, "Yeah, man, just come over here, it's an alleyway," don't be doing that, man. Don't be foolish. Okay, just, get out of there, man. Be wise. Okay, because there's men out there, they're just waiting and laying in wait for men's blood, man. Proverbs the 1st chapter. In fact, I'll get it. Proverbs 1 talks about that. Okay, with this warning the young man to stay away from these things. This is Proverbs 1 and 11. "If they say, 'Come with us,' let us wait for blood. Let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause," that's what the wicked of our people are doing, man. Especially these young. These guys are young. A mix of young and old, but especially these young Jake, man. Okay, no direction, no honor, no nothing. Okay, it says, "Let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause, let us swallow them up as alive as the grave and whole as those that go down in the pit. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. You know? And it's funny because of how I look as well. You know, I look like I got leprosy of the skin, so I look like a so-called white man. Even though my seed, my lineage, my nationality is I'm an Israelite. You know, and they're Israelites. They don't know that, obviously. They were like Benjamites. And they were pretty much looking at me like, you know, someone that they could just take advantage of. You know? But you know, I got out of there now. You know, all praise to Yahweh, Shmi Ashai, nothing happened of it. You know? Nothing happened. But the Lord, you know, just had it where nothing escalated. You know? Now, what's that in? Bear with me. Yeah, this is our people, man. This is Isaiah 51 verse 20. Okay, it says, "Thy sons have fainted; they lie at the head of all the streets." You know, on the street corner, as a wild bull in a net. They are full of fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy power. You know, our people just standing around like, you know, wild bulls in a net, man, just ready to just lash out at anyone. You know, and you got certain cities that are, you know, more. Certain, you know, groups of people in certain cities that are more prevalent of that, man. You know, everyone, even over here in the UK, we hear about, you know, Chicago, you know, Chirac, as they call it. You know, we got brothers over there, you know, and you know, and blessings, and Lord, you know, Lord willing, blessings are sent upon those brothers, keep them safe, you know, and especially in these times, we're in the time of Pesach. It's a heavy time, man, you know, and we just the main message, okay, that I was meditating on in this video. I ain't gonna keep it too long, but pretty much we have to conduct ourselves in a way where we are wise, man. Okay, we're not falling for, you get in situations where you're pretty much getting drawn out. There's some situations where you can't avoid, you know. But I mean, the situation I went through there, you know, it was avoidable, you know, and it's just not about rising to that carnal demon and just keeping it spiritual. You know, we ain't got nothing to prove out here, man. We you know, we're dead to this world, you know, and we know that ultimately, remember, anyone that offends you, anyone that comes at you a certain way, they're gonna have to pay for that. Okay, Lord willing, we be of those men. Okay, and even Yahushua said what when he was praying. Okay, what did he say? He said, in John the 17th chapter, it says, John 17 and 9, it says, "I pray for them." Who's the them? Talking about those that have received the elect. "I pray not for the world." Who's that talking about? That world there is talking about the world of Israel, the nation of Israel. Okay? "But for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine." So the Lord is making a prayer for the elect here. Okay? He wasn't praying for these wicked Jake, man. Okay, even though you know, in the Lord's sacrifice, you know, they're gonna come back in the kingdom, they're gonna come back right, and we're gonna be in unity. But on this side, man, Jake are wicked, man. They're looking to do you in, kill you, man. They're in that house of Saul spirit. Okay, and you know what? You know that the more and more you go through experiences with these beasts, you realize how much, you know, a judgment is just justified on these Jakes, man, on these wicked Jakes. I remember one time years ago, Pastor Hart made a video. On the street speaking, he said that he would jump over, and in that time when we, you know, in the time of the end, we raised up and we got powers. He said he would jump over an Edomite to get to a wicked Jake, man, a 2/3 Jake. And you know what? You know, I was much younger in the truth at the time, and that was profound for me to hear that. But you know what? I understand, man. You go through experiences, and you know what, man, the Lord need to get these Jakes, man. They're going off. You know, they need. It's a mercy killing. They need to really be reset, man. That's what needs to happen to them. They need to be put to death and and come back in the kingdom in the right way, man. They need to be reset. Anyway, you know, so Lord, and that was, you know, exhortational. You know, in the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashmi Al-Shai, Basham Kakadash. You know, brothers, man, stay tight, stay in that, you know, wise as serpents, harmless as doves, just be circumspect, you know? Because people are trying to they're trying to take us out, man. And as that day approaches more and more, there is becoming a clearer separation between those that are holy and those that are unholy. Anyway, with that, man, I'm going to say all praise to Yahweh, Bashmi Al-Shai, Basham Kakadash. With that, shalom to the elect, shalom.